Hey everybody, Michael with ShapeUp Fitness and Wellness Consulting here. I'm a coach focusing on longevity for my clients as well as injury recovery and prevention. And today's topic is about steroids. Particularly, can you go for the rest of your life in training, in fitness without steroids? And the answer is absolutely yes. While we see a big trend nowadays that even at young age, we see like 16, 17-year-olds starting to take steroids. And it seems to be more accepted in the social media realm, and people talk openly about the usage of steroids. That does not mean that the negative side effects of steroids have gone away. So just to name a few, we're talking about potentially hair loss in men, hair growth in women, rage, acne, potential permanent changes, testicular changes in men, and overall, a shortening of lifespan seems to be part of that as well. So there are definitely negative side consequences of taking steroids. Now, is that to be seen as the same as taking HRT, hormone replacement therapy? No. So taking steroids usually is a multiple doses of what a normal HRT program would look like. And hormone replacement therapy is designed to balance your hormone levels out, to get them to a healthy level. This can be especially important for people who are highly stressed, they're not getting enough sleep, they're in their career, various reasons your testosterone levels can be low, and here you are, and this might be your option to improve your quality of life. That doesn't make you an Arnold Schwarzenegger or name any other person that has taken steroids in the past. Not at all, by any means, and the risks are also not the same. So yes, I think you should go through your whole life without taking steroids, unless like that massive look, the bolder shoulders, if that's really that important to you, then yeah, then steroids might be the way to go. Even if you consider it, train for about 10 years without any of it to really reach your maximum potential. And then if that's something that you want to do, then you can go that route. Certainly not when you're a year or two into your training. Now, most of my clients, they're in their 40s, they're in their 50s, 60s or up. That's my clientele, that's what I focus on. And what we see at that age is that we're starting to have an increase in decline, depending on where you are, of muscle, endurance, strength. So muscle and strength is not necessarily right away synonymous. Obviously, more muscle also equals more strength. However, you can train strength without being huge, so you can definitely increase strength separately. And so the key thing is here a well-developed program for you that you can do and to counteract the loss of type 2 muscle fibers, which starts occurring more and more from the age 40, especially 55 on. We're seeing a bigger loss of type 2 muscle fibers, which are those fast twitch muscle fibers, the ones that are bigger and bulkier, and we're seeing more and more type 1 muscle fibers. So it's really important that if you are training, that you have a well-rounded program that really gets you everything that you need, right? So it's strength, it trains for muscle growth. You have endurance training and we're talking about this is for longevity and health. This is not for being the biggest, baddest motherfucker that's out there. This is truly about being like healthy, fit, athletic, and looking good at the same time. Now, if you want to be a bodybuilder, you want to be huge, you might have to revisit the whole steroid thing at some point, because there's only so much you can do without it. The problem is nowadays, especially when you're on social media or if you're on social media, is that it's really hard to discern sometimes who is taking steroids and who is not taking steroids, and who is lying about it and who is not lying about it. In general, when I go on my feed, it seems like there is a ton of people who are taking a ton of gear. To each their own. the reality is, in nowadays social media market, if you want to be seen and you're looking like a normal dude, it's much harder to get heard. So people take it because that's what they feel like they need to be doing. But in the long run of things, I would highly recommend going through life without taking any gear. And then if your hormone levels are dropping as you're getting older and it's starting to impact you negatively, have a conversation with your healthcare provider and make a decision. Hey, is hormone replacement the right step for me? Or am I at a too large of a risk for prostate cancer or other negative side effects that potentially could impact me? And then make a decision based on that. All right, guys, see you next time.